My first question for you would be basically related to what is fuel for you and how did the program started?
To me, fuel is the missing link in education reform today. So much of the emphasis is on what happens in schools that we forget how important families are in the education of their children. And I'm trying through fuel to bring the families to the table of education reform so that the education of their kids can really reach its total potential.
Okay, but what inspired you? What made you create fuel? What is the story?
There's two lines of the story. Education has always been my passion because it's my family's business. At one time around a Thanksgiving table, I counted 24 teachers. My mom, my dad were both teachers, and they both taught me. So education is in the DNA. The other strain is I'm an economist and businessman who is focused on Latin America, and in the process, I saw the billions of dollars that are sent back every year to Latin America, and I thought, how ironic, the Latin American children here are not graduating from high school, are suffering through teen pregnancy and gang warfare, and yet the parents are sending all these billions back to Latin America. And it occurred to me that maybe I could provide an incentive for these families to keep some of the money here for the education of their children. And that's why we created Fuel around a simple offer. And that offer is, if the parents will save, we'll match their savings.
Why you? What happened that made you start Fuel? What happened? Was there something in your life, something impactful that you saw along your lines that made you do this and not continue in doing business as you would be doing before?
I've been involved in philanthropy now seriously since I was about 40 years old. And it's always been focused on the people I know the best, which are Latin Americans, because I lived down there and I had my business there, and they have quickly become the largest growth population in the United States, and unfortunately the largest piece of the underclass in the United States. 2 years ago, there was an immigration raid in New Bedford, and 400, mainly Guatemalans, were captured by ICE. When ICE sent half of those to Texas within 24 hours, I thought that was unfair. So I offered to pay half of the bonds for the people who had gone to Texas. I thought that only a few would take me up on the offer because bonds are very expensive. They're $5,000 to $10,000 a piece. But within 3 weeks, these Guatemalans raised $130,000, which I had to match. And a light bulb went off in my head, showing me that if you offered incentives to low-income people, they have the savings, they have the capability for the things they care about to respond. And that has guided me in making my offers around education. And I can tell you that the parents are meeting me halfway. They're 98% have perfect saving records in my different programs.
Thank you. I think